What do the occupants want? While some see the occupation as a terrorist movement, others see it as a peaceful approach to self-governance. That being said, the occupants do have a list of demands. On June 9th, a blog post showed up on Medium, which listed the views shared widely by people on the ground and familiar with the reality of the situation in the CHAZ. The post was titled "The Demands of the Collective Black Voices at Free Capitol Hill to the Government of Seattle, Washington," and included a list of 30 demands along with an explanation of the movement. The 30 demands included undoing gentrification throughout Seattle by instituting rent control, stating that federal authorities would investigate the police over more than 12,000 complaints of police brutality, and that the SPD and courts would be abolished, to name a few. Many of the demands are extensive, and they cover a lot of ground, including reparations for victims of police brutality, a retrial of all black people serving in prison for violent crimes, and many more, to include economic demands relating to education, health care, and more. 4.6 If it has no leaders, who is this so-called warlord? The majority of CHAZ occupants want to prove that a leaderless society devoid of police can function, but that doesn't mean it's entirely without people standing in leadership roles. One of the protesters and organizers who stormed the East Precinct was Solomon Raz Simone, a hip-hop artist who has since emerged as a local warlord/celebrity. The term warlord isn't entirely comparable to actual warlords around the world, though that isn't how the president sees it. After some tweets made by Mr. Trump, Simone fired back, saying the president really put a hit on my head. Solomon has been seen walking the streets of CHAZ while carrying an Alaska 47, seemingly working the patrol beat. Online comments have applied the warlord title to him, but he's spoken out on that as well. He wrote online that "I'm not a terrorist warlord. Quit spreading that false narrative. The world has never been ready for a strong black man. We have been peaceful and nothing else. If I die, don't let it be in vain." Despite taking the role as one of CHAZ's primary players, Simone is not acting as a leader in the traditional sense, though he has become a polarizing figure. 5-10 times Good Samaritans saved the lives of police officers. 5 What does the day-to-day look like in CHAZ? When people talk about CHAZ, some see it as an attempt at anarchy, while others consider it an extension of the protest movement, but everyone pictures what happens inside differently. Without a police presence, people are free to roam the streets doing whatever they want, but they aren't raping and pillaging, or anything like that. Instead, they are mostly doing what Seattle residents do all the time. They came together in the park to plant a community garden. They pitched tents for people to sleep in, and they painted messages of peace all over the streets, and in places where they can be seen, messages of Black Lives Matter are all over the place, and residents often spend their days singing, dancing, and playing music. It's a community that still has businesses operating, and many restaurants have said their walk-up business has skyrocketed. People from the occupation get together often to have community meetings about what should be done in terms of keeping the peace, letting people enter and exit freely, and deciding what to do next. The city is still providing services to CHAZ, so electricity, water/sewage, trash removal, fire rescue, and police response to 911 calls remain ironically in place. The place is not without its amusing tales either. After inviting a brigade of homeless people into the area who took all the food, leaders within the community made public pleas for the donation of vegan food so the occupants can eat during their occupati.